New Bedford Cable Network gets ready for a season of New Bedford football. Today, we're at Greater New Bedford Voke Tech, where we're meeting the new head coach and the Voke Tech Bears. We're at Greater New Bedford Voke Tech talking to head coach Justin Cruz. And is it true you're only 26?
It is. I'll be 27 September 5th, 2 days before our first game.
Is this your first head coaching job?
This is my first head coaching position, correct.
What's that like? I mean, you've been out here for, 4 or 5 days practicing, and you must be great that you're finally on the field, right?
Oh, absolutely. It was a little bit of a learning curve as a head coach. Nobody ever wrote a book on how to be a head coach, so kind of a little bit of a trial by fire, but there's nothing beats being out here on the turf with the guys, and we have a great buy-in so far, so it's been excellent for the first 4 days.
Now, you're here after Chuck Allaire spent, 11 seasons here. Do you have a much different program you're trying to get going?
Well, I don't know much about what Coach Allaire had done in the past here. We definitely, our mentality is that we don't really talk about the past, and as a whole, all the way throughout the season, what was in the past is in the past, and we try and have that growth mindset and moving forward. And so far, we've stuck to that, and it's worked. It's been good.
How does this season look? Can you tell us who can we expect to see on Friday nights out here? Who are you looking forward to? Who are you leaning on?
Right now, I'm leaning on my senior groups. They right now we're taking leadership, and we're building our team chemistry and getting guys to learn how to love the grind. As far as individual players, that'll come in time, and we got some special guys out here. But as a whole, just trying to get our guys to buy into one another and to really play for each other. And I think if we can do that, I think we'll be okay.
Have you named captains yet?
We have not named captains yet. We have we have leaders out there, and guys are leading, and I think that they will prevail, shortly. But for now, we got leaders.
Do you have your starting quarterback yet, or is that still being determined?
That's being determined right now. We have a very good competition, led by a couple juniors, but nobody's been identified correct.
All right,
quite
so
yet.
There's still room, huh?
There is still room.
Yeah. Now, what takes place, for those that don't know, what takes place in these practice sessions before this is really segmented, right, as to what you're working on where, right?
Oh, absolutely. Each day we have new installs, especially as a new program with everybody, and our thing has been, as long as we're better than the day before, I think we're going to be okay. We were much better day 2 than we were day 1. We were much better day 3 than we were day 2. So, it's a little bit of a culture shock for them, I think, buying into our system, and they're getting it. They are buying into it, but it's different. It's different than what they've been doing, so any change is a little bit of a curve.
Is your system something that was set up a long time ago, or have you evolved with your coaches, or what?
I have a great staff that I put together.
Tell me some names.
All right, my right-hand man is Eddie Jewell. He's coached at the college level a bunch. Last year, he was actually the head coach over in Northampton High School. He moved down this way. He's my offensive coordinator. But collectively, as a whole, everybody on my staff has a purpose and has a meaning, and I think we thrive from that. And when you show up every day and you have meaning in what you're doing, you're gonna do a little bit better, I think. So that's where we also have a couple guys within the building. That's going to be very helpful for me, having a couple guys that work within the school. But as a whole, just a collective whole, I look for passionate people. I look for passionate guys that, that are going to bring it every single day for me, and they're my kind of guys.
You played for Carlin Lynch, right, at Dartmouth?
I played for Coach White, Rick White.
Oh, Rick White, okay.
Rick White, yes,
okay.
Sir.
I saw a quote that Carlin Lynch thought you were going to be a coach at some point, right?
Yeah, absolutely. When I was a junior in high school or a senior in high school, he pulled me off to the side and he had made a comment that he had thought that one day I would be a coach, and he never said anything specific but he did, and I look up to Coach Lynch as many of his former athletes and anybody in the area, really. I consider him a mentor, and he helped me a lot, even still today, with the things I do on my day-to-day.
And how much did Coach White have an impact?
Coach White was my first phone call. So Coach White, after I had received news that I had gotten the job, he was the first person to have called me before anybody else. Coach White's a great guy, and that's the type of person that I want to be for these guys, years down the road, being that first call for them someday.
Now, you don't seem to have a problem with numbers. I know other high schools are having a problem getting kids to come out, maybe because of the head injuries and things. Have you seen a change since you played ball as to how the practices and the games are run?
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of rules now in place through the MIAA, and there's a lot of information that gets, now in 2018 that we have that we didn't have in the past. You roll with it, you learn, and it is for the better. So the limit, there's no more real true double sessions, things like that. But you adjust and you go with it. And like I said, we've implemented all the safety structures that we need so that these guys are safe out here. And we have a great athletic trainer, Lori Johannesson, and she keeps me on my toes and she makes sure that we're always doing the right things.
So what kind of, without giving any details away, what kind of game can we look forward to? You going to air it out? Are you a running team? Or do you want to talk about this at all, or what?
Yeah, hopefully. I'm going to put it very vague for you, but,
okay.
We're going to have an offense that's going to score some points, and we're going to have a defense that flies around, plays aggressive, and is very disciplined. As far as the intricacies of them, that we'll see on day one, but we are going to have guys that are flying around out there and that are passionate. The best 11 guys are going to play on both sides of the ball.
Day one is against Fairhaven, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a rivalry for a lot of these guys, right?
Yes, and even myself, I'm a Dartmouth guy, and we'd play Fairhaven on Thanksgiving every Thanksgiving, sorry. So yeah, these guys are pumped and ready to go. We do have a mentality and a thing that we talk about in our meetings. It's called the faceless opponent. So we go each week and we worry about ourselves and we prepare ourselves, and it doesn't matter who we're going against or what our adversity is, as long as we can prevail, we're going to be all right.
All right. So how do you feel about the schedule where, what is it, after week 5 or so, you don't know who you're playing?
After week 6, yeah. We the new playoff system. I mean, back in the day, when I was a player, it was you go and the winner of one league would play the other winner in a playoff, and then the next game was a Super Bowl. I think it's a good thing because it gives people opportunity. It's not just 2 teams. There's multiple teams in the playoff system. We have a tough league. The SEC large is has a lot of well-respected programs, and we look forward to it.
All right. Coach, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Your first interview, I didn't hurt you at all, right?
No, you didn't.
I've never lost a guest yet. Never have. I know you got to go yell at some guys,
yes,
right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Take care.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi, this is Pete Braley coming to you from New Bedford High School as the Whalers get ready for the 2018 football season. We're here at the beautiful Andre McCoy Field. This is where the team practices. It doesn't have the seating capacity that they'd like to have for a Friday Night Lights varsity game, so they still play those games across the street at Walsh Field, but they practice here on a great complex, good turf field. Coming up, we're going to meet the head coach, Mark DeBrito, who enters his 5th year as head coach here in New Bedford High, and also the starting quarterback, senior True Williams. That's coming up. We're here with Coach Mark DeBrito at New Bedford High School as the Whalers get ready for the 2018-2019 season. Back for your 5th year. Is it 5 years?
5 years, correct.
Yeah.
It's gone by pretty quick.
Now, I was looking back. Let's go back first, if you don't mind. You were on the teams back in the early 90s that won it all, right?
Yeah, so actually mid-90s. So I graduated in 96. So I got an opportunity to be part of 2 of the state championship teams, and then we went a 3rd year and we lost in the Super Bowl. So I chance and was blessed to be a part of 3 Super Bowl teams.
Wow, fantastic. How much has the game changed between, 1993? Yeah, a lot, right?
There's definitely a lot of change. There's just, obviously, change in just the way the students prepare, student athletes prepare, the physicality of the game, techniques, and just a whole bunch. I mean, there's a lot of awareness now towards concussions and, trying to really teach the game. A lot of the techniques have changed, practice schedules have changed, trying to, try to prevent injuries as much, I think, which is different from what it was in the past. So there's more awareness, I would say, now. But these kids are doing different training methods, and there's more, as far as doing just the training, and these kids are getting bigger, faster, stronger. So, so obviously, if you have that combined with the speed, I mean, a lot of collisions are happening. So, again, a lot of emphasis now is put more towards teaching. But there's definitely a big change in what was going on back then and now. I think back then you had more kids involved. There weren't as many distractions. There weren't. I mean, with technology, advances in technology, you have kids not really playing as much and learning as much. So again, there's positives, negatives. So there's a whole gamut of things that are going on. But it's definitely a difference.
It's gotten all high tech too, right? There's a big talk this week about Tom Brady's new helmet. I've never seen so much talk about a helmet.
Oh yeah, there's definitely, again, as we keep making technological advances. I mean, it changes the game. I mean, it's just the way the world is.
Now you went on to Bentley, was it? And you played at Bentley and then coached at Bentley?
Yes. So I went to Bentley. It was college at the time, and now Bentley University. So I was there from '96 into 2000, and then I returned back in 2003 to coach at Bentley.
Now, why would you leave the college ranks to go back to the high school ranks?
I think I was at a point where I had just left Bentley. I had gotten a job over at Bryant University. They had just made the move up to Division I AA at the time. And it was just kind of, let me see if this is something that I want to make a career path. I was kind of at that crossroad of, all right, do I stay with coaching at the college ranks, and in that, there's no job security really. I mean, you can find yourself moving from place to place to try to find that next job or that big payday, and then the job security nowadays with college football, guys aren't lasting long, staffs aren't lasting long. So it was just kind of just trying to all right, if this is it, then let's see. And then, for me, it was kind of like, all right, let me see if I can do something different. And I had an opportunity to come back to New Bedford. A job presented itself, and then another job presented itself in the school district. And I, jumped on, and here I am today.
How cool is it that you and Rudy Bulger and a lot of the guys that played on those teams in '93, '94, you're coaching around here? I mean, is it something about the training you guys went through, or that unit?
Yeah, I think so. I think, and I know for me, I can speak for myself, as a lot of the coaches in my life and the teachers and administrators, they helped me and they guided me and they showed me the way. So for me to come back and be able to do the same thing, give back to the kids of New Bedford, I mean, that was my draw. To say, I was done for me, and I'm going to be able to do the same. So that was a big draw for me to come back, and it's great that we're all doing it and we're giving back to our community that gave so much to us.
How are you doing on numbers? I know a lot of schools have been affected and they can't even field a younger team, a freshman or JV team. Are the numbers okay here at the New Bedford High?
Yeah, our numbers are pretty good. We're over 100. We're about 110 students combined, so we're pretty good. So I mean, it's again, it's a change in what these kids are doing now. A lot of them aren't playing football as much because some are afraid of the concussions and the injuries. Also, again, they're doing other things than football. Some kids are being more sport specific. Others just aren't playing at all. They're playing video games and all that stuff. But our numbers seem to be pretty good right now, and we like to keep it that way. And I think that's a testament to our coaches and what we're doing here and giving these kids an opportunity to do something different, to get out. And I think that they have a belief that if they come and play this sport, that it's going to help them not just develop as a football player, but most importantly, develop as a human being.
Tell me about the upcoming season. How do you feel? You got your quarterback back, right?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. We are a senior-heavy team now, which I haven't been able to say that in the last few years. A lot of experience. We've played with a lot of youth the last few years. So I think we're at a point where our guys that are coming out for the varsity team have a lot of experience. They've taken a lot of reps. They've a lot of game experience. So I think if we can put it all together and these guys can build, in which I've seen it through this off season and obviously through preseason camp, we should compete this year.
Yeah. Against who your big who is highlighted on your schedule?
Every team. Every team's highlighted.
I see there's Taunton, there's Brockton, Whitman,
starting
Hanson.
with Haven, and next year the Jamboree.
The Jamboree, right?
And so we highlight every team. Every team has some talent. They got great coaches, and and they do some pretty dynamic things. And so every team, every week is a different week that we need to game plan, prepare, and make sure that we're mentally ready, physically ready, emotionally ready. To go out there and battle.
I don't think people realize, and I wanted to ask you about this, I don't think people realize what goes into, for the coaching staff, what goes into this season. I mean, you were here when I got here, and you've been here for a few hours, right? And the kids will be home, and you'll still be here, right? There's film study, there's meetings. What's a typical week like?
Well, it started way back when, so a lot of this stuff you got to prepare and really get yourself organized and be organized. We're starting right when the season's done a month later. I mean, the guys are already starting off-season conditioning programs. We're doing, again, just trying to prepare for the season in regards to, fundraising. And we're involved with the Boosters Club and the Gridiron Club, so we have fundraising that goes on. And then, as far as football stuff, we have, team meetings, and then you have the summer stuff you have to get ready for and reservations. I mean, this is just a lot. I find myself not doing real football stuff. It's more of the organization and the clerical work, but there's a lot that goes into preparing for a football season.
And I know parents may say, yeah, but they're paid for that. But I'm one person that thinks you're not paid enough for the amount of hours. Because there is, new technology, some of the coaches can watch film at home, right, through a webcast or on a tablet, right? But still, you're talking about hours put in to study your opponent.
Yeah, there's a lot of time put into it. There's a lot of time. And not even just the football time either, just being around these young, these young student athletes and trying to help them build and dealing with different situations that might come up. And so it's football, a lot of football, but there's also sometimes personal stuff, personal things come into play, and just being there and just, having them know that you have their best interests.
Because it's not like it was, back when we watched Grease or something like that. I mean, these guys are dealing with some real tough life issues too, right? The you coaches help them navigate the jungle.
Yeah, and again, it's trying to get them to take this opportunity and change their lives, and use football as a vehicle, or sport as a vehicle, any extracurricular activity they get themselves involved with as a vehicle to remove them from whatever's going on. I mean, whatever trial and tribulation they're going through, and it help them try to get through it and keep their eyes on the prize, keep their focus on what's out there after high school and beyond. So that's really, what we try to emphasize and try to do.
Well, I know you got to get out there. Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right, we'll talk to a couple of the guys, and look forward to have a great season.
Awesome. Thank you.
True Williams is the quarterback for New Bedford High. And what year are you in, True?
Senior, going to my senior year.
Senior year, and you've been out on the field, I know, last year, but how many years have you been playing quarterback here?
3 years started here.
Okay. Your senior year at quarterback, how do you feel?
Ready to go, ready than ever. Been working out my whole life. Senior year, just ready to go play some whale football, get some wins.
Strong arm, do you like to go deep?
Yes, sir. Go deep, whatever we need to do to help us win.
Tell me about this year's team. Do you have a lot of seniors at wide receiver or running? I heard it's a senior-heavy team, so.
Yes, we have a lot of seniors. We've been working to get to this moment right here. It's our time to shine. Just go to state championships, do what we got to do.
All right. Now, True, you live in New Bedford?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Brothers, sisters, what do you got at home?
I have 4 brothers, 5 of us all together, all boys, all athletes. Football's been my thing since day one, so it's ready to go play some football, honestly.
You didn't have a choice, right? You got to get into
choice,
it.
No choice.
Who's your favorite NFL star? Do you have a favorite player?
Cam Newton. That's my guy.
Because he plays quarterback?
Strong, he just knows the game. Just knows how to play football.
Hey, tell us, how much of this game is up here? I mean, how many plays do you have to know?
You have to know everything. You have to know the playbook. You have to know what the offense is doing. You have to know what the defense is doing. You just got to be in tune with your team, and just when you're in tune with your team, it just makes a whole lot of difference.
Do you play other sports here at the high school?
I play track and field, run track and field.
Okay, to stay in shape for football,
Yep.
right?
Yes, sir.
Where do you hope to go from here? Do you have anybody looking at you, or any place you'd like to go?
I've been talking UConn a lot, so
Good.
hopefully new schools will open up, so see what happens.
All right. Have a good practice. Great season.
Thank you.
All right. Our final stop is here at the Hugh J. Kearney Memorial Stadium on the campus of Bishop Stang. The head coach here is Dennis Golden, and if you recognize that name, he was the head coach at New Bedford High for almost a decade. Today we're going to talk to Coach Golden about Bishop Stang. We're going to talk to him about what brought him here and about this year's team, the Spartans. Bishop Stang is next. So originally we were going to come out to a full pad practice, but then because of the heat index, the coach said we'll have a later in the day scrimmage. But when the heat didn't break at all, they decided to do a walkthrough. So this is what happens when the heat index is up around 100, but you still got to get ready for the first game of the season. So this is a walkthrough. Maybe you've heard this mentioned before when you have heard about Tom Brady or the Patriots talk about a walkthrough. When you think about it, this is a chance where the coaching staff really has a chance, the opportunity to talk to the players about how to position their body, where they need to be, how to turn. So let's watch a little bit of the Bishop Stang walkthrough.
All right, these are our Bishop Stang Spartans who are residents of the city of New Bedford, and we appreciate you guys paying attention to us today. First up, offensive center, Noah Gowell. Come on out. Noah Gowell is a senior, plays offensive center, linebacker, defensive end, great student in school, great kid. Thanks, Noah.
Thank you.
All right. Senior Doug Chicka. Doug is an offensive guard, an offensive center, and a linebacker. He's also our kicker. Another guy who does a great job for us. Thank you, Doug. All right. Eric Camacho, a veteran of the South End Youth Athletic League. In baseball, used to play for the police down there. Eric is a senior wideout and defensive back. Thank you, Eric. James D. is a senior quarterback and defensive end. Lives right by Dunkin' Donuts on Route 6, just by Buttonwood Park. Thank you, James. Ethan Bailey lives just off Buttonwood Park. He's our resident paleontologist. He's striving to do that one day. Defensive lineman and offensive lineman. Junior, Ethan Bailey. Orlando Seamus. Orlando is a junior offensive lineman, defensive lineman. He's also active in our theater group and was in the spring musical. Does a great job with them too. Sophomore Ben Gowell. Ben lives with Noah Gowell. They're brothers. And Ben is a defensive end and an offensive tackle. Thank you, Ben. Sophomore Carlo Acosta. Carlo is a sophomore defensive back. He also punts and plays wide receiver. Carlo Acosta. Isaiah Texera, sophomore, defensive back and wide receiver. Does a great job for us each day. Thank you, Isaiah. Sophomore, running back, linebacker, special teams player, Frankie Hernandez Mannon. Does an outstanding job, gives 100% every day. You'll be hearing a lot about this guy. Another sophomore you'll be hearing a lot about is Jacob Figueredo. Jacob is a running back, receiver, and linebacker, also a great special teams performer. And Jacob is definitely a guy who we're counting on for good things in the future.
Head coach Dennis Golden is here with us, and he just did a nice introduction of the players without any notes. I was really surprised and impressed by that. You know these guys? You know where they live, where they play?
We try to know them. I think a lot of high school coaches around here would do the same thing. But thank you. Yeah, they're good kids, and we're very proud of them. And we hope that they do some great things this year. I think they will. They're a good team.
Now, tell me about yourself. Let's start with yourself. Where'd you go? Where'd you play ball and all that?
I grew up in Massachusetts originally. I was from Ashland, right near Framingham. My dad worked at Framingham State College, then now Framingham State University, when I was growing up. And then we moved to Pennsylvania when I was in high school. My dad took a job in Pittsburgh at a different university, at Duquesne University. So I played my high school ball there. Then I went to Holy Cross College back in the 1980s, and I was able to go to school there, play football. I met my wife there, and it was a great experience for me.
Of course, people may know you, of course, from New Bedford High and your time there. A lot of great memories?
Yes. I love New Bedford High. I love the people there. I love our city. You know, we're very proud to be from New Bedford. And it's a cool place to raise your family, for sure.
Now, what brought you to the opportunity here at Bishop Stang? Was it the chance to be an athletic director?
Yeah, it was that. I mean, I've loved athletics my whole life. It's something that's been primary in my family growing up. And it's something that I love to do. And in addition to that, our children attend school here, and I thought it would be a cool thing to try to share an experience with them.
Is this the first time you've had the AD's job too?
Yes, it is.
And what's that been like? I mean, I know it was crazy today, with a heat index of 100, right?
Today was crazy with the heat index. It's busy every day. Every day is something new. There's no set routine daily, and different things come up with the different programs, and it's pretty cool to work with the different sports, the guys and the girls sports, and get all kinds of different perspectives and hear it from the coaches and hear from the players of the other teams.
Now, we had a chance to observe your walkthrough, and I would think that in a way that really gives you a chance to work one-on-one with the guys, right? Do you like the walkthroughs?
It does. I mean, we would rather have been practicing today, but it at least is a teaching opportunity, and we want to take teaching opportunities. And the thing about the game of football is it is a game of teaching and learning, and the team oftentimes that makes the fewest mistakes wins. So if the guys are confident in what they're doing and they know the plan, then they can go out and execute the plan.
Now, how important is a Catholic school to you? I mean, it seems it was part of your background and now part of your coaching. Yeah. Is there something that you like personally about that as compared to when you were in the public schools?
I don't say it's as opposed to or anything like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it is part of who I am. It's part of who we are as a family. I did go to a Catholic college. I worked at a Catholic high school in Maryland. For 8 years, DeMatha Catholic High School. I've worked at public schools in New Bedford. I went to a public high school in Pittsburgh. So it's a mix. And also I did have the opportunity to work at Catholic Memorial in Boston. And for each opportunity that I've had, I've learned a lot, and I'm grateful for all of it.
What do you look forward to this year with this team?
I look forward to working with these guys. I really enjoy coming to practice each day. And the guys who've played for me before at New Bedford High and here, they know that I love practice, and I can't get enough of it. Well, I love being around the game of football, and I love interacting with the staff and interacting with the kids. That's it for me. That does it.
Well, good luck. Hope you have a good season.
Thank you very much.
All
right. Cool.
So I'm here with three of the seniors who we've already met, and let's talk a little bit about this season. Now, what position do you play?
Middle linebacker and left guard.
Okay.
And the kicker.
And the kicker, right? So also the extra points and kickoffs too, or?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your longest?
I'm not sure.
I like that. Modesty. Look forward to this season?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your favorite part? What's your favorite, being what? Middle linebacker or kicker or everything?
I like all football, but middle linebacker is where it's at.
Why is that?
Yeah, I like filling holes. I like busting through the lane and knocking people over.
All right, there you go. At least he's honest. Where do you play?
I play quarterback and defensive end.
Okay, so what's one of your favorite plays?
My favorite plays?
Yeah, what's one of your? Do you like to come back with the ball and all of a sudden you see somebody that's wide open? What's that feeling like?
It's a good feeling because you shouldn't be missing the throw.
And you're not going to, right?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Yeah. And how about you? What do you play?
I play wide receiver and safety.
Okay, so you're the guy that's going to get wide open for him, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. How does that happen in the game very often? I mean, is it like one time a night you might be able to really bust free from a guy?
Well, I try to get open as much as I can, but I hope to get open every play.
None of that trash talking goes on, right, at the line?
No,
none at all. All right, let me ask each player. Favorite player in the NFL. All right, let's go over here first. I'll start with our quarterback. Favorite player in the NFL.
Tom Brady.
Okay, I don't have to ask why, I guess. You're the quarterback.
Dante Hightower.
Really? Of course, linebacker. All right. And?
Tom Brady.
Okay, yeah. So you don't go with the wide receiver, you go with the quarterback who can get you the ball. Yeah. All right, guys, have a great season. You too. Well, that'll do it for our football preview. Our thanks go out to Justin Cruz from Greater New Bedford Voke Tech, to Mark DeBrito at New Bedford High, and to Dennis Golden here at Bishop Stang. We wish them a happy and healthy season. Now this fall, Joe Cabral and Chris Santos will bring you Friday Night Lights here on New Bedford Cable Network. Until next time, I'm Pete Braley.